Hi friends, foes and all of those. I'm starting the video without Berenice at the moment because Berenice is going to do something. So this video is pretty much us finding out who we are, what we identify as, and all of this bullshit. I did record a video earlier, but I was just rambling about my past exes, and no one wants to hear those kinds of stories because they're just fucking boring. So pretty much in primary school I identified as bi, but at the end of primary school I leaned more to the girl side, so I came out as lesbians. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. And pretty much as soon as I hit high school I did date guys, but that doesn't mean that my sexual preferences kind of changed. I fell in love, well, I thought was love, but it fucking wasn't. It was a waste of time. In year 6, which was the last year of primary school, is when I realised that I wanted to be a guy. Yeah, I would wear the shortest fucking shorts and I would have my boobs hanging out all the time, but it's because I didn't want anyone to know that I wanted to be a guy. Because I was terrified that people were going to judge me for being a guy. So that's why I sometimes had dated guys so that people would be like, oh yeah, she this, she that. It's just I'm not a fucking she, but anyway. Oh yeah, I had to restart the video.
Yep.
Because I started rambling on about my exes.
Oh, no.
And no one wants to hear that bullshit. So pretty much what happened was I dated guys so people would think of me as a female, even though in year 7 I started dressing more masculine and was cutting my hair, changing my hair colour. Actually no, this was more in year 8. Year 7 was trying to find out how I could do things differently, and then year 9 was pretty much just slowly coming out to people. Year 9 is when I'm right, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out as trans, I'm going to do all this shit. And then something happened to put me back in the closet, but I cannot for the life of me remember. Cannot remember. Oh wait, hold on, no I do. Okay. This is gonna have to have a trigger warning label on it.
Yep.
Okay. So, if you do not want to hear the trigger warning bit, skip the video because this is pretty fucked up in a way. My primary school best friend raped me at the start of the year, and that's what put, not at the start of last year, but at the start of this year. And at the start of last year, my stepdad had raped me multiple times. So I had gone back into the closet and tried to hide it because I didn't want to be shamed upon. I didn't want anything worse to happen to me because I was abused a lot. I was very much abused. Abused? No, it's accuse. And it just kept pushing me into the closet. And then with dating the last boyfriend that I dated,
Fucking asswipe.
he is an asswipe. I fucking hate him. We had a thing going, and we used to wag school to go back to my house, and then he was dating someone while we had our thing going, and I just so happened to be best friends with the person that he was dating, except I asked him if he was dating anyone. And he's like, no, I'm not dating anyone. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not dating anyone. So we had our thing going. And then a week later, I have his girlfriend come up to me and be like, why the fuck did you fuck my boyfriend? And I'm like, he told me that he didn't have a girlfriend. He fucking cheated on you. And she's like, you're a fucking bitch. You're the one that did this. And I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? No. Like, yeah, we did fuck. But I didn't intend it. Like, I asked him repeatedly every single fucking day to make sure that he didn't have a fucking girlfriend, because I know what it feels like to be fucking cheated on. It's horrible. It's the worst thing you could ever fucking deal with. Especially when you think that you love this person. And then, wait, what's that got to do with my story? Oh, it pushed me into the closet. That's what happened. And, like, because I was getting bullied all the time. Why are you staring at me like that?
I wasn't staring. I literally just looked at you.
Shut up. I'm seeing things, okay? I'm tired still. And I think I'm a little bit tipsy still. I don't fucking know. And it just kept pushing me into the closet. Everything was fucking pushing me into the closet. And then at the start of this year, like I said, my best friend had raped me while I was sleeping, which was even fucking worse. And then, you know, I decided, fuck you, fuck everyone, I'm gonna come out. So the 4th week into term 1, I came out. I came out to my friends, well, friend, and then I came out to the friend group, the teachers, and then I was terrified because I'm like, fuck, now I have to tell my mum. That was probably the hardest thing for me to do. I just put this back on your leg.
Scared me.
And I, like, went up to mum and I'm like, Mum, I want to be a guy. And my mum's like, yay? Congratulations. Yeah. It's not like I knew this was coming, but yeah. And I'm like, what? And she's like, dude, I know that you've wanted to be a guy for so long by the way that you've acted. And I'm like, what? You shouldn't base someone on how they act. And she's just like, well, it's kind of hard not to when you are my son. She didn't say son, she called me her daughter, but
She has trouble remembering the difference.
Yeah. So, like, I pretty much bursted into tears because I'm like, oh my fucking god, this is fucking amazing. Everything is just going so well for me right now. And then I come back to school the next day and teachers weren't so supportive of it. And even now, like, even to like the last term, like, I have maybe 3 or 4 teachers that are okay with it. The rest of my teachers aren't okay with it.
We live in Kalgoorlie, so they're not really exposed to this a lot. And apparently a few years ago there was a trans woman at the school. But according to the chaplain, she was very flamboyant and should have toned it down.
I'm sorry, but you can't turn down this kind of shit. So, like, in year 7, year 8, and year 9, I was always at the chaplain. And then at the start of year 10, I did not go to the chaplain because she had put me on suicide risk thing at school. And I'm like, I'm not like this. I don't need to have teachers at my fucking throat all the time. I don't like being looked over like I'm some stupid person. Like, I know I'm stupid, but I'm not that fucking stupid. And then we started doing this mental health course in school. And I'm like, I can't sit through this because of how disrespectful the kids in my class are. So I left and went to the chaplain's office to go talk about how I was feeling, and I came out to the chaplain. The chaplain told me that you are not allowed to be trans until you are 18 because we are too stupid at this age to make decisions.
And it's only because she has one trans friend that regrets transitioning that she made this opinion.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, what? I had one of my friends sitting next to me, and she grabbed my arm, and I could feel the anger in her grip. She was like legit nearly ripping into my flesh. She was grabbing me really tightly, and she's like, I'm going to fucking punch her. And I'm like, it's okay, I'm going to as well. And then luckily the bell went, so we didn't have to put up with her anymore. And then all the time around the school, the chaplain would be like, just remember, you're not allowed to be transgender yet because you're not 18. And I'm like, just fucking leave me alone. Let me go through my day. And then the principal came up to me at the science fair that we had and said, you're the transgender one that everyone keeps talking about. And I'm like, people actually talk about me? Please no. I don't like being the center of attention most of the time. Sometimes it's like I don't need to be part of like the center of attention, but when it comes to trying to stand up for myself or for my own opinions, that's when I will become the center of attention because I need to get a point across. And I will obviously regret it later because
anxiety's a bitch.
Yeah. Even now I'm getting anxious and like going, oh fuck. But anyway. So yeah, I had the principal come up to me, say that. I got really pissed off. Then I ended up burning myself accidentally. I still have the fucking burn holes in my fucking thumb. And then about a month later, we had the arts night. And the first time a teacher has called me Xavier in front of a group of people that I didn't even know. I was wearing a mask and I started crying. Like, people that were, because we had our like eyes cut out, and like I had this green mask on it, it had like diamantes on it, because, you know, fabulous. And it was represented, like my mask was a lizard, but it also had like the duck lips, because on my old YouTube, like on my other YouTube channel, I got called a lizard, so I'm like, I'm gonna do this based on this. And it turns out one of my friends called me the lizard, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do duck lips because you have duck lips. So that's how my mask came about. And so I was crying, and then the teacher's like, Xavier, come on, it's time to come back into the room. And because I hadn't been called Xavier in front of people that, one, didn't know me, two, I didn't know them, and like I didn't even know that she was actually talking to me, because I'm like, you've never fucking called me Xavier before. So I like walked back into the office and she's like, oh my gosh, you did so well, Xavier. And I'm like, I'm actually crying. Please stop calling me Xavier because it's making me cry. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you okay? And then she gave me like a huge chocolate bar. It was great. Not the point though.
I don't like it. The blue's too dark and the pink's too hot pink.
Yeah, the pink is definitely too hot pink. I have my texters on my bag still.
Failed attempt.
Do you want my texters?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just doing it because you're talking.
Sorry, I'm talking too much. And to pretty much wrap it up, with the school, they're still not supportive, but I've fully come out as transgender. Pretty much everywhere I go, I'm Xavier, he, him pronouns. And at school, I have an appointment on the third day of school talking to the psychologist, chaplain, principal, year coordinators, and 2 of my teachers about like my transition and what they should call me, because at school it's all like preferred name. Not preferred name, birth name. It's like, but my preferred name is birth name. It's just like,
Okay, yeah, I've shown you too many LGBT cringe minds.
No, but it is like that though.
It is.
So yeah, that's me and my finding myself thing. Your turn. Talk as long as you fucking want, because I talk too much.
So I, since I was a kid, hated the colour pink. Like most girls do. They either hate it or love it. I grew up wearing dresses, and then after a while, they just got so uncomfortable. Like, I couldn't wear them anymore. I felt too self-conscious about my stomach and my breasts. So I started wearing skirts and shirts. And then for a year or 2, I went back to dresses. And then I just couldn't do it anymore, so I went to shorts. Because, like, shorts. I love my denim shorts. And that was
Denim shorts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I also have these ones. I really like these ones. There's meant to be like a lace thing there, and there's like a lace thing there, and it's high-waisted.
That's fucking elastic, dude.
No, it's breaking, so I need like a ribbon. It's winter, by the way, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing gens.
So I always considered myself a tomboy and all that. And then end of year 6, I cut my hair short. It was like the girly short, so it's like a small wispy fringe. And like my back was long enough that I could spike it up and everything. And that was a few months before graduation. And that was in Perth. And then after graduation, we moved to Kalgoorlie.
Back here.
And I went to high school.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat, eyeliner, bracelets, shorts, school shirt. I reinvented myself. Got a new haircut, everything. I still consider myself a tom girl. Everyone's like, oh, she's so lesbian. Last year, year 7, I made friends in my school, and they're like my second group of true, real friends.
Tell the story of the first time you met the first person.
Oh my god, so I met one of my friends, Jess, first day of school. Our form teacher showed us to the art room because that was our first or second class or something. And it was raining the day before, so there were puddles all over the school, and we had this small, crappy step.
Oh!
And there was this huge-ass puddle in front of it, so everyone went around it, walking in the beddings, and Jess decided she's going to jump over it. Jess is not the most coordinated. So she went to jump over it and slipped and fell on her ass. Apparently the first thing she saw was someone standing over her asking if she was okay, and me laughing my ass off. She only told me that later though. And then we went to the art room, and I didn't know anyone. I just moved back after 5 years, and no one I knew from primary school was in my class. So I sat alone at a table in the back corner. They were like huge tables, could sit 6 to 8 people, uncomfortably. 4-sided tables, just your usual squares. And she sat next to me because apparently I was the only person sitting alone. First thing that comes out of her mouth, are you a boy or a girl? Me, being me, I was uncomfortable with those sorts of questions, so I automatically answered girl. Because since I've cut my hair short, they always ask me, are you a boy or a girl? Girl. 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 Yeah. And that was one of the first friends I made. Everyone loves that bloody story.
Why are you caressing my knee? Ow!
And then
Oh, you bitch.
I made friends with her best friend and all that. Her best friend was Geordie, Joe. I found out Jess was bi, and I thought Geordie was bi.
Stop pulling my shirt up.
It's my shirt. I thought Geordie. I thought Geordie was bi because they had a boyfriend. No, I'm gonna tip it over. They had a boyfriend in year 7 or 8.
Fucking knee, you can't. No. It's gonna bruise.
I forgot where I was.
Geordie had a boyfriend.
Yep. So then another year went by. Nothing's changed. Me and Geordie got more emo, got more closer, constantly hanging off of each other. And then, once again, still girl, tomboy. Next came year 9 this year.
Yeah.
I found out that Geordie was gay.
Yeah.
Jess, still bi, still a chick, nothing changed. And Jai didn't really identify with the gender.
At the time.
At the time. No.
Demi boy.
At the time, they were demi boy. Now they don't really identify as a gender. I will have to ask Jai.
I can ask Jai now.
Okay.
I'll ask Jai.
And like the year before, I had a huge ass crush on Geordie. Like, huge. But 2 days before school ended, I got my first boyfriend. Biggest mistake of my life.
It sounds weird. Hi. Hey, how you doing?
Good, I guess. I'm confused.
Hey, we were just wondering, what do you identify as? Like, are you still demi boy?
Sorry, we're at this place. I don't know. I think. Sorry.
You don't know at the moment?
Yeah.
So you're just questioning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel really feminine, but sometimes I feel really masculine. You could be. Not by gender.
Fluid.
Gender fluid!
Oh, you look so cute.
I'm insulted.
What, you? Why are you insulted? What, because I called somebody else cute?
Yes.
It was a Snapchat filter.
Oh, okay.
My Bernice, you're fucking hot.
Aww.
Thanks, but I don't think you're aware that we're recording this right now.
You're what? I'm sorry, what did you just say?
We're recording this.
No, you're not. Please don't. Haha, you just putting up your phone camera.
I'm sorry, but your reaction was priceless.
Well, you better shut up before I fucking whack you on.
She'd enjoy that too much.
Oh my god! Jai! Guess what?
We're doing drag this week!
Well, guess what? I probably won't even end
Why?
Oh wow, you guys are like twins.
Do you not want to see me in a dress?
Oh my god, that's so tempting.
I approve!
Although I've always approved.
What? Oh fuck, I said that out loud. I hate myself.
Comfort child.
I can't, it's just hilarious. It's okay.
I forgot what I was doing. I was trying to. Somebody asked me to do something. I forgot what it was. And I can't remember if it was over text or in person because I always hear the voices when I'm reading text.
Okay, take it off speaker, put it to your ear, tell me if anything else comes up.
Zay, why did you randomly decide to call Jai?
Because I can.
We're doing a video right now,
And
and
just saying.
Because I can.
yeah, I don't know why you didn't
What if he was
text.
doing something super mega important?
Because we are.
Use it.
We're doing a video, and like always, gender comes into question, and I'm so sick and tired of like being my girlfriend that doesn't really identify thing.
Oh, you.
Don't bite my knee!
What the fuck?
Bernice is trying to bite me again.
That could be any number of things. Oh, this closet is rigged.
Get out of the closet!
I'm not in the closet.
That's good.
No way.
Do you want us to go?
I'm not going to think about it. If you want to go, that's fine. I can't find my fucking pen. Where did I throw that? Oh, I know I threw it at you. But I can't
Take it
hear
off speaker. I want to finish this.
Oh my god, I'm going to be running a fan page.
Okay, so anyway, finishing my story. I got a boyfriend just before school ended.
How's your day been?
I was really uncomfortable with it because my friends pressured me into it. I didn't actually like him. Before this, I've only had like, you know, aesthetic crushes, like, oh, I like his blue eyes, or I like his hair, or I like his humor, that sort of thing. I never like actually liked anyone. And then Geordie came along.
Jai, Barry's talking about you.
Shut up. Anyway, so I was dating this guy.
Very clearly. That was adorable, Berenice. You two
What?
are an adorable couple.
Thank you. What?
Did you say that? Don't do that. Think yourself. I forgot what I was doing again. Fuck yeah. Instagram.
Anyway, back to the story.
I'm going to make a
Later turned out to be
poisonous.
a creep. We broke up
Poisonous.
when school started up again.
I think
And I was in that place where it's like, what am I? So I did my research because anxiety dictates me to do my research. I came across pansexual. I thought that fit really well. I didn't tell anyone about it because it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just another one of those things. And then I realized I'm heavy uncomfortable with being a girl. So, I researched that, and I couldn't really find anything that fit me. So, I was like, gender fluid? No. Gender queer? No. Non-binary? Maybe. And back to gender fluid. And then Zave, well, at this point I was dating Geordie, obviously. And then Zave came along, he's like, I swear to God you're a trans guy.
Yeah. We had this conversation like the other night.
The other night. And I'm like, I feel more comfortable being a guy than a girl, but not actually a guy. Oh,
fuck? There's an actual word for that.
I can fake love. That's a really good song. Oh man, I want to show you a song. Can I show you a song?
Do you mean transmasculine?
Sunset Love. I literally found it. Oh yeah, I listened to the last one.
Maybe?
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I was reading up on trans non-binary people and like how they discovered they were trans non-binary, and I just kept connecting with everything they were saying. So this was legit last night. We came home. What?
They hung up
Okay.
because Jess started talking about transphobia and Jazz like, yeah, see ya.
What was I saying? So this was legit last night, like 2 a.m. We just came home from my parents' friend's house.
Yeah.
In bed. We were so tired the whole night, and we came to bed and it's like, we can't sleep. So then we were doing our separate things. Save was doing his weird ass thing.
I was reading Yuri at the time.
No, you weren't.
Actually, yes, I was, and then that other thing came.
Okay, whatever you say. So I'm just connecting with all these people. So I turn to Save. I'm just like, I'm trans non-binary. And Save's like, really?
It didn't surprise me at all.
And so yeah, I guess I'm FTX.
Yay!
Legit a brand new label for me. Easiest way to come out. Mother, if you're watching this, because I'm never going to get the guts to tell you in real life. Maybe. So,
Maybe if you're drunk enough.
if I'm drunk enough.
It just, Mom. What's wrong with you? Hold on.
So, yeah, this is my first time admitting, besides Save, I'm FTX. The whole pansexual thing, never really mentioned it, started dating Geordie, and it was just like, I thought you were straight. Nah, I'm pan. End of story.
Yeah. Gender is really confusing sometimes.
It's more confusing than sexuality. Because it's like, you could be cis, but just like on a different level, or you could be
I'm gonna send random
trans, or you could
emojis.
be non-binary, or you could be trans non-binary, or you could be binary queer, or... It's really confusing.
Yeah. It's just like when I figured out that I was trans, I'm like, okay, I think this is what I am, so I've just stuck with it, and I haven't been able to think otherwise, really.
So that was our journey through our labels.
Did I tell you this story, right? So I don't even know if I've told Berenice this story, but when I was younger, it was when I was living with my grandparents, right? So I went to a park, like the park that was near my house, and my nan's just like, yeah, just go. There was a public toilet near the park and everything, so I didn't need to go home for anything. And so I'm like, oh, I really actually need to go to the toilet. So we go to the toilet. I had lived in this town for 2 or 3 years it was 2 years by this time. And I walk up to the bathrooms, and there was this guy that was just walking into the male toilets. And he's like, excuse me, young man, the male toilets is this side. And I'm like, I like shut up completely because I was talking to my best friend that's just messaged me back after I spammed her with random ass emojis. There we go. And I broke into tears because I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got called a guy. Even though at this time I'm like, I don't know what I am. I was like fucking 5. So I'm like, I don't know what I am. I don't know this. I don't know blah, 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 blah.
That's like a big deal for Zave, because Zave is very self-conscious about him passing.
Because, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when I sit down and lean forward so it doesn't look like I have boobs. I have done it
the exact same
I've done it subconsciously my whole entire life.
And it's like we didn't even notice it until earlier today when we watched a video about a non-binary, I think it was a trans non-binary,
Yeah.
saying that this is how he found out and this is why trans non-binary are valid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there looking at each other. It's like, holy shit, we've been doing this since we were like 7.
Yeah, I've been doing it my whole life, ever since I started developing boobs, which was the age of 8.
Same.
And, like, I've just sat like this, and if you look at me walk, I walk really hunched. Like, I pretty much walk like this.
My father's told me it looks like I carry the world on my shoulders with, like, how... Because, like, legit my back is just this.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we both walk. And I didn't even know that I had walked like this until Geordie's just like, you are really slumped. And I'm like...
No, but Geordie does it too. It's not so much the whole leaning forward thing, but we all, like, slouch a lot. So when we compare heights, it's like, are you slouching? Yeah, hold up. And then we, like, straighten up and we're this tall, imposing figure.
Except for me. I'm actually pretty short for my age, but it's all good. I'm alright with it. Because, you know, I don't mind being short because, you know, I'm the right height to kick a person in the dick.
Hold on, flip the camera and I'll show you the difference between...
Give me a second, guys. I don't know if I can flip the camera.
Yeah, you can.
How?
Do you not see the camera button?
There is no camera button.
Okay, no.
Flip.
Anyway, so, okay. Which word am I against right now on my thing?
You're at Ass's inserts.
Assessments.
Yeah.
Okay, then, hold on. Got a thought under my... Straighten up? What am I at?
You're legit at the underline of pile.
So that's my difference with my height between me slouching and not. Like, this is how I walk. It's legit just flat, my body. This is how my posture's meant to be.
You have boobs, even with the binder on.
Even with the... Because the binder's too big for me.
Alright, and then guys, this is me. I can actually get off the bed.
Oh, my legs don't work like they used to before.
Alright, what am I up against?
You are just under must be empty.
Fuck, I'm short. And then... Hold on.
You're just under the last blue line.
That one?
Yeah.
That's how short I am. And then this is how I walk. Like, legit. My shirt is always baggy like this. I'm always walking like this. And then that's my posture. I have boobs, even with my binder on. Because I just have large boobs. That actually hurts my back.
See, that's the point that it's gone now. We are uncomfortable walking straight. Not just, like, dysphoria-wise, but, like...
For me, it's dysphoria-wise. Why is this
No,
bitch
but, like,
sore?
if you straighten up for a long period of time, are you not sore?
Oh, it fucking hurts. Like, honestly, every time my grandparents are over, they're like, sit up straight, and I'm like, it hurts.
Like, I can't stay sitting, legs crossed, on a hard floor for a long amount of time with my back straight. Because I can feel it in my lower back. It just gets too sore. This is way off track. This is about our journey through
Well,
labels.
this technically is still part of our journey because, like, with our heights and our slouching, I fucking got...
But we legit only discovered this, like, at most 6 hours ago.
Yeah. It was about 6 hours ago that we figured this out.
Anyway, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
Signing off. This has been Zabe and B. Keep living.
Bye!